Guys, what's going on? Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. So good to see everybody. I wanted to come in to say hi to all of you and just share something that was on my mind today. I don't know if you watched the Super Bowl or not. How many of you watched the Super Bowl and checked out the halftime performance with Rihanna? Give me a yes in the chat if you watched the Super Bowl. I saw the game. I saw Rihanna. I was kind of sad because I'm not going to lie. I was actually rooting for the Eagles, but you know what? The Chiefs played a great game, and I got a lot of friends in Kansas City and KCK and KC Mo, and there's a difference. There's a bridge there. You got to know the difference in KCK and KC Mo, and I watched the game. It was a really great game. You know, you saw Patrick Mahomes do really well. You saw Jalen Hurts played his butt off. He made one mistake, and I think that cost him the game. But Jalen Hurts is a great player, and I'm really happy for him. And I'm also really proud of the fact that they both Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts give a shout out. Let me know if you knew this. Let's give a shout out to Black fathers. I know that the NFL, they did a commercial. My homeboy Willie D from the Ghetto Boys, he pointed this out, and I agree with him 100%. In an NFL commercial, they talked about mothers looking for a safe place for their children to stay, but they didn't talk about fathers, you know. And if you look in the background of both Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts, both of those guys literally received mentorship from their fathers. Both of those guys had their dads in their corner. Now, their mothers were very important, obviously, but a lot of times when you become as great as Jalen Hurts or Patrick Mahomes, it's your daddy that puts the football in your hand or shows you how to throw the ball and shows you how to play and encourages you when you're down and all that. So mothers matter. Mothers are very important. We know this, but it's also important to acknowledge fathers. So if you got a black father or have a black man in your life that's worth mentioning, on Valentine's Day, it's probably perfect to mention him. So shout out, put his name in the chat. In fact, if you have a black man in your life that has made a difference for you. Now, one thing I want to talk about is very quickly is the Super Bowl performance. A lot of you, how many of you knew that Rihanna did not get paid a penny to perform the Super Bowl? Anybody, give me a yes if you knew that Rihanna literally was paid nothing to be in the Super Bowl. Did y'all know that? Did y'all assume she got paid, $1 million or a few $100,000 or something like that? Or how many of y'all knew that she got literally nothing? I don't know. I've always known this, right? I've always known that that Super Bowl performers don't get paid, but I wasn't really sure how many of you knew that. But yeah, but Rihanna was paid nothing to perform the Super Bowl, and I imagine her connection with Jay-Z played a big part in her being selected to perform in the Super Bowl, because as you know, Jay-Z got some weird job with the NFL where it was supposed to be related to racial justice, but I think he's like just the entertainment director or something like that. Honestly, I really don't think Jay-Z is actually doing anything other than like helping them pick the next Super Bowl performer, stuff like that. Dr. Dre and whoever and Rihanna. I don't think Jay-Z actually has a role in the NFL that is really sort of beneficial to anybody other than Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Blue Ivy. But Rihanna, Rihanna's a great performer and she did a great job, and I was really happy for her. But here's the thing. So Rihanna got paid $0.00 to perform in the Super Bowl. Guess how much other performers have been paid before Rihanna? Give me a yes or no if you knew how much the other performers were paid. Uh, Yep, that's right. They got paid nothing. They literally all got paid the same amount, $0.00. And so let me pull up this article in the New York Post where they actually talk about the performers. And it's funny because Andy Reid, the coach of the of the Chiefs, told the team, like, you better not watch Rihanna perform. He threatened them. He said, if you're watching her performance, I'm gonna put you off the team. And so let me see. I found an article where they were, here we go. It's NBC. They said Rihanna, sporting a red ensemble and brand new baby bump, set the world aflame Sunday during her Super Bowl halftime performance. The 34-year-old star, who welcomed the baby last May with rapper A$AP Rocky, performed some of the greatest hits during the highly anticipated live performance. It was her first live performance in 6 years in front of 100 million people worldwide. Now, you may be thinking the NFL will be willing to pay top dollar to get such an iconic lineup of halftime performers. Truth is, artists that perform at a Super Bowl halftime historically make nothing. In the 2016 Forbes interview, NFL spokesperson Joanna Hunter said, "We do not pay the artists. We cover expenses and production costs. So if they don't get paid, what's in it for the artists?" While halftime performers don't get a paycheck from the NFL for their time and efforts, ultimately they reap financial benefits through their guaranteed exposure to millions of people. Through the halftime performances, artists are given an unmatched opportunity to promote their newest albums or singles, driving traffic to their upcoming tours or latest projects. In 2020, Spotify reported that the halftime performance of Shakira spiked her streams by 230%, while J-Lo, her streams went up to 335% Justin Timberlake in 2018. Even this was after the wardrobe malfunction. He performed also in, not just with Janet Jackson back in, I guess it was '04. He also performed in 2018. His sales went up by 534%. Now, here's the thing that's interesting. So, how many of you noticed Rihanna was putting on makeup before she went on stage? Anybody else notice this? Where she was putting on her makeup, before she went out until the, she's real subtle, real slick. Did anybody else notice that she was putting on makeup? Well, why do you think she was putting on makeup? Now we know she was wearing the big red puffy outfit, probably in tribute to Kanye West. And I told you, I had hours and hours of conversation with Kanye. It didn't end in a way that I felt was productive. So honestly, I don't talk to him anymore. But shout out to Kanye. I hope you get the help you need, brother, because I really wish you would use some of that Adidas money to help the Black community. I not to say that he's not doing that, but I think he could do a lot more. And sometimes talking to celebrities is. It's just not something I enjoy doing, to be honest with you. Some of them their egos are like through the fucking roof, and it gets on my nerves. Excuse my French, didn't mean to cuss, but it's annoying. Just because white people pay you money to go on stage, that doesn't make you better than other Black people. And I think that sometimes our celebrities forget that, and I hope that some of them will remember that your final obligation should be the Black community. You should be Black first, period. But anyway, so Rihanna was putting on makeup before she went out onto stage, right? And that was super smart, right? Why? Well, because Rihanna is a billionaire. She doesn't need to be paid to perform. She's a billionaire because she sells enough makeup. She did a great job of branding herself and taking her brand and turning that into a multi-billion-dollar entity called Fenty. So that was her big play. She said, I'll perform for free. I just need people to know about my brand so that I can go and make my money on the back end. So this is an important point I want you to understand. This doesn't just apply to famous celebrities like Rihanna or whoever, Dr. Dre. This applies to you too. A lot of you may not know this, but how did I get my start? How did I get my first opportunity to be in front of a big audience? Back when nobody knew who Dr. Boyce Watkins was, nobody cared about the name Dr. Boyce Watkins. The work that I was doing was literally not being paid attention to by anybody. How do you think I got my first opportunity? I was working for free for AOL Black Voices. At that time, AOL Black Voices had the biggest Black-owned platform online. They messed it up because Ariana Huffington came along. When white people buy up your stuff, they just turn it into something different. So now Black Voices isn't what it used to be, but back then it was the place to be. And when I went over there, they expected me to offer expect compensation because I had a PhD, so I was qualified and all this other stuff. And they were like, "We can't afford to pay you." I said, "Don't worry about paying me. The compensation is that I get to be on your platform. The compensation is that I get to have hundreds of thousands of people see my work and get to know that maybe I can add some value to their life." Right. And then on top of that, I was doing lots of free speeches, lots of free work. I wasn't getting paid to do the things that I did. Eventually, people started paying me to do things. I get paid to give speeches and all that and whatever, and I could sell books or whatever. But before that, I couldn't do any of that. I had to let people know that I was good. And this is important to understand if you're doing business. Some people don't get this. If you have a paycheck mentality, if you are a paycheck minded person and you're like, well, how much is I gonna get paid? I can't do it if I'm not gonna get paid. It makes you a very bad investor. You are a very bad investor because you're expecting people to invest in something that is pretty much unproven, and you won't even invest in yourself. So by Rihanna performing for free, Dr. Dre performing for free, again, you know me, I have zero tolerance for some of the celebrities. Some of them get on my nerves, but shout out to those individuals for investing in themselves and saying, okay, if I go out here and do this free job, I can get something on the back end that's going to compensate me. And I just remember a time where I used to give people free access to my platform. Like there are a couple people I let on my platform. I honestly had to stop doing that because some of them just started doing ridiculous, crazy things. But there was one person in particular that I let her use my YouTube channel for free. She had no platform. Nobody knew who she was. She was using my channel. She built her own platform up. And then a couple years later, she's like, Dr. Boyce screwed me. And I'm like, well, how did I screw you? I gave you free access to my YouTube channel. What are you talking about? She's like, he didn't pay me. All he did was he gave me a few $100s. And how am I supposed to live off of that? And I was like, well, I didn't know it was my job to pay another grown person's bills. And also I gave you free access to my platform. You didn't even give me access to yours because you didn't have one. But that was your compensation. You should have paid me. What are you talking about? Like, that's weird to me. Like, and I'm telling you, if you think that way, if you have a paycheck mentality, you will never have any money. If your mindset is built on, well, how much is I going to get paid? I needs to get paid. I needs to get a paycheck, a steady paycheck. I get it. I understand. We have hard, all of us go through hard times financially. I'm not I'm not belittling that, but I'm telling you that when you run into an opportunity that is going to get you a chance to level up, in my view, I think working for free is the best way to blow up your spot and go to the next level. I don't have a lot of time to make this point because my wife is telling me that it's time for us to go. But I wanted to make this point to just say that this isn't just true for Rihanna going on the Super Bowl stage for free. This is true for you. If you're trying to be a speaker, give some damn free speeches. Stop expecting people to pay you when they don't even know what the hell you can do. If you're trying to go sell some books, give some books away for free. Do you know how many smart people? Dr. Myron Roll, who's a great brother I have so much respect for, he sent me a free copy of his book. Why would he do that? Well, because he wanted me to tell people about his book. Dr. Myron Roll, brilliant brother, played in the NFL, is now becoming a surgeon at Harvard. Love this guy. Even Layla Ali, Muhammad Ali's daughter, sent me free copies of free containers of her new spice because she wanted people to know about her spice. You got to understand, if you don't invest in yourself, then nobody's going to invest in you. Give me a yes if you understand this point so I can go on about my day. It's Valentine's Day. Me and my baby about to go get his and her massages. So we about to go spend some time. I'm about to go invest in that woman in there. But I had to invest in y'all real quick because I love you too. And I want to tell you that if you ever trying to do something big, if you ain't ready to invest in yourself, then don't be surprised if no one else will invest in you ever. How in the hell do you expect them to invest in you when you won't even invest in you? So get that paycheck mentality out of your head and start thinking like a damn boss. Do you get what I'm saying? Are y'all listening to what I'm saying? I don't have a lot of time. I got to go, so I got to make sure the point gets across. Okay, guys, I got to run. Just a reminder, I have a new book. This is the type of stuff that I do to invest in myself. Still do it. You never stop. It's called The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. It is available on Amazon. If you get it on Amazon, please leave a review. You can also get a copy of my website, boycewatkins.com. I'm going around the country. I'm going to 6 cities, and I'm going to do deep dive trainings on this book and how to implement this into your circle, into your space to build a generational wealth legacy that will last at least 100 years. I guarantee this. So the first city is Los Angeles in March. Then we're going to some other cities, Dallas and Brooklyn and a few others. Just go to my website if you'd like to learn more. It's boycewatkins.com, and you can take a look at some of the other stuff we have there for free. All right, guys. So take care. God bless you. I'm out of here. And shout out to Rihanna. Great performance, girl. You lit it up. I was really proud of you. And I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Happy Valentine's Day. Peace out.